Inside the Lines is brought to you by Hendrik Honda of Charleston. When you buy a new or pre-owned vehicle, our Advantage program takes care of you for life. Make Hendrik Honda of Charleston your first choice for your next vehicle. Visit their showroom at 1478 Savannah Highway in Charleston or online at charlestonhonda.com.
And welcome to Inside the Lines, presented by Hendrik Honda here on CFCSports.com. Thanks for tuning in again this week. I'm Jeff McCarriger, and we have got a packed show. A lot to talk about as the basketball season winds down on both the men's and the women's side. Also baseball in full swing, so is softball, and some sand volleyball highlights for you as well. So a lot to get to. Let's start with men's basketball. Cougars taking on George Mason, the Patriots out of the CAA. First round of the CBIs. The guys trying to keep their season alive. We will skip ahead to the second half after the Cougars trailed by 8 at the break. But here comes College of Charleston, and here comes Anthony Stitt. A big night for him. First three good, second three good, and here comes Charleston all of a sudden down by just 2. Andrew Lawrence now underneath sneaks a pass to the big guy, Ajay Baru. Throws it down with 2 hands, and the College of Charleston to within 3. Later, down by 1, more Anthony Stitt, the sophomore, gives Charleston their first lead of the second half with just over 11 minutes left to play. Great crowd on hand. George Mason, here they come back the other way. Patrick Holloway, a big 3 as they try to respond to the run by CFC. Wiedemann with it. Now here comes Charleston again. Spin move by the big man, 6'8", 245. Throws it down off the glass, and the Cougars continue their comeback. Sundberg, handoff to Andrew Lawrence, a long 3, and look at this, College of Charleston up by 6, 77-71. Unfortunately, that would be the last field goal of the game for the Cougars. Underneath, Arledge with the left hand, and now George Mason starts their comeback. Matt Sundberg tries to inbound to Stitt, gets tied up with Brian Allen. The ball goes out of bounds. Look at it again. Good defense by George Mason. Allen forces the turnover, last touch by Stitt, and George Mason with the basketball. Down by 4. They hand it off to Allen. A wide open 3. Hits the three-pointer, and all of a sudden the Patriots down by just 1. Anthony Stitt. Nice step back little jumper. Looked like it was going to go in. Just misses. Goes off the head, actually, of Anthony Thomas. And now George Mason down by 1 with the chance to win it. Sherrod Wright spins, drives, misses it. But Eric Copes right there to tip it in. And a heartbreaker for the College of Charleston as Copes, watch it again. Sherrod Wright spins. It just rolls off. Copes with the tip in. A 1-point lead for George Mason with just 0.6 left. Anthony Thomas with a last-second heave. It falls well shy, and Charleston's season comes to an end. George Mason wins it 78-77. Still a good year, though, for the College of Charleston as they finish up 24-11 on the year. Again, disappointing loss for the guys. They fall 78-77, but again, still a great season. 24 wins overall, 14-4 in conference play, and a lot of those guys coming back next year for Coach Wojcik. We'll switch now from men's basketball over to baseball. Crosstown rivalry matchup between the Citadel and the College of Charleston out at Patriots Point. And a beautiful night for baseball on Wednesday night out of the ballpark at Patriots Point. First meeting of the year between the College of Charleston and the Citadel. Game tied at 1 in the third. Until now, Ben Boykin with the single to left. That scores Tyler Jackson, and the College of Charleston takes their first lead of the night. 2-1. We skip ahead to the fourth. Cougars with a 2-run lead, and now the Citadel. Here they come. Jonathan Stokes with a base hit to left. Bo Thompson and Tyler Griffin both come down the score as the Bulldogs tied the game at 4. Now we'll skip ahead. Still tied at 4. Houston Armstrong, though, up the middle. Gunnar Height, great stop to his left. Able to come up with it, but by the time he gets to it, it's too deep in the hole. And that's going to score Brett Bullard as the Citadel retakes the lead. Boykin, though, later again with a base hit in the left. That's going to score Blake Butler. Back and forth we go as the College of Charleston comes right back and ties the game at 6. Now later, Bradley Goodson at the plate. Walks were a big problem for the Citadel. Double-digit walks on the night for the pitching staff. That scores Tyler Jackson, and the College of Charleston retakes the lead. Alex Pastorius, he takes ball 4 high. And again, the comeback continues for the College of Charleston. Brandon Murray will score. Later on, 10-6, Cougars on top. And this time, it's Morgan Phillips. And what a great stretch he's having. Another double. 5 doubles on the year for Phillips. That scores another run. And then later on in the 9th inning, a 4-run lead for the Cougars, and the Citadel trying to make another comeback, but it falls short. A fly ball to center. Phillips makes the catch, and a big win for the Cougars over the crosstown rival by a final of 11-7. Boykin 3 for 4 with 2 runs batted in. Again, with the win, the guys now 12-9 on the season. Up next, a 3-game series at home against Appalachian State. Here's a statistical comparison of the two squads. Batting average obviously in favor of App State, hitting .286, but despite the fact that the Cougars are hitting just .252 as a team, look at that, still averaging over 6 runs per game. App State with 21 home runs on the year, but look at the team ERA as well. College of Charleston pitching really well this year, a team ERA of 3.69. Here is the pitching matchup this weekend. Matt Pegler on the hill on Friday night, and what a year he's having. Preseason Southern Conference Pitcher of the Year. He's 1-0 with an ERA of 1.85. Jake Zokan, the left-hander, is pitching real well. No record to show for it, obviously. 0-1 on the season, a 3.41 ERA, so he deserves better than what his ERA shows. And Nathan Helvey, the left-handed freshman, 2-1 with an ERA of 3.42. Got a chance to catch up with Monty Lee and talk about this weekend series.
Well, we desperately need to play well this weekend. We're at home. We had a tough series loss to Western. We were in position to win the series with 6 outs to go and lost the game on Sunday, which cost us. We'd have been 4-2 as opposed to 3-3 in the league. And we got to try to find a way to win this. When you lose the series, and it's going to happen, it's not the first series that we're going to lose, but you got to make sure that you don't lose 2 in a row or you start to spiral downward. We got to make sure that we rebound. We got to pitch well. Our bullpen's got to pitch better, and we got to swing the bats consistently. We need to play well against a really good club.
It's crucial. It's crucial. Now we're sitting at 3-3 in the conference, I think. And we could have been 4-2, maybe 5-1 after a tough weekend. But, I mean, that's how the balls roll out sometimes. It's a tough game. But it's definitely important for us to go out there and send a message to the conference this weekend with App State. They're a good team, but we're a better team in my opinion, and we need to go out there and prove it this weekend.
Big series coming up this week for Monty and the guys. 3 games against Appalachian State on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. For ticket information, you can log on to cfcsports.com. We'll take a break. Still plenty more to come. We'll talk about women's basketball, softball, and sand volleyball about ready to get underway. More right after this here on cfcsports.com.
Speed, and it's crushed. Forget about it.
Makes a fantastic catch.
Into the line, the 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. 2 gone.
Oh, put me in cold. I'm ready to play today. Put me in cold.
At Hendrik Honda of Charleston, you get our best price every day. When you buy a new or pre-owned vehicle, our Advantage program takes care of you for life. We offer a lifetime powertrain limited warranty, free towing and shuttle service, complimentary loaner cars, and paintless dent repair. Make Hendrik Honda of Charleston your first choice for your next vehicle. Visit us today at 1478 Savannah Highway in Charleston or online at charlestonhonda.com.
Welcome back to Inside the Lines here on CFCSports.com. Thanks for tuning in. A lot to get to this week. Just talked about men's basketball, their season coming to an end with a first-round loss in the CBI to George Mason. Also checked in with Monty Lee and the baseball team. Now time to switch over to women's basketball, softball, and sand volleyball. Jason Kepner and the volleyball team on the hard court here at TD Arena, wrapping up a big season last year as they won the Southern Conference Tournament, went to the NCAAs, and now to switch over to the sand. Here's a look at the preseason national rankings. There you see the College of Charleston preseason number 7, Pepperdine at number 1, Long Beach State number 2, Southern Cal at number 3, Florida State, Hawaii, UCLA, again CFC at number 7, Florida International, Nebraska, and Stanford.
I definitely think the ranking helps us, and also coming off of the Final Four, just because of the excitement. I think last year the team was excited to play, but really had no idea what was going on and how things worked. I think now they have a little better understanding of how everything is going to work and how it's going to operate this year. And I think they have excitement and understanding this year, where last year we just had excitement and trying to figure it out. So I definitely think that's a benefit for us going into this weekend, and look forward to playing well.
There's just, a lot of new players are bringing a lot of different things to work on, and there's a lot of talent this year on our team and a lot of more players, and it's been really good to just practice against different people instead of the same old, but they've brought a lot to the team for sure.
Every day I feel like I learn something new, which is nice because It's been a while. It's been a while since I've been playing volleyball completely clueless. And I definitely felt like that the first couple of days, but now that we've got a couple practices under our belt, I'm feeling a lot better about it. And our team is starting to really come together. And I'm really excited to start competitions. I think we have a shot at being really good.
Yeah, we lost to Elise. Elise was a big impact on our ones team. She was a very dynamic offensive player and a great blocker, and I think that's the one thing that we're trying to figure out is who's going to fit into that one spot and really keep that ones team as good as we possibly can. But the rest of the lineup has been very difficult for us to manage and figure out who's going to play well together. And with all the experience, I think last year was a little more cut and dry of who was going to play and where we felt they fit. This year, Jake and I are having a harder time trying to figure that out because I think we are much deeper and a much more balanced team than we were last year.
Big weekend coming up for the Sand Volleyball team, a 4-team tournament. Charleston, UAB, Mercer, and Georgia State. Cougars will be making their season debut on Friday. UAB 3-3 already on the year. Mercer at 0-4. Georgia State, their first year as a program at 3-1. And there you see last year's records. The College of Charleston got off to a slow start, but advanced into the Final Four. They went 4-4 last year. UAB at 6-4 and Mercer at 1-10. And we'll switch from sand volleyball over to softball. Shelley Horner and the girls are already over a month into their season and a big weekend series, a 3-game series coming up against Georgia Southern. Here's a look at the numbers as we enter the weekend. Again, a 3-game series. Georgia Southern hitting just .218 as a team, but pitching pretty well, 2.95 team ERA. Meanwhile, for the Cougars, hitting .245 as a team and also a good ERA as a team. The Cougars with a 3.73 team ERA. Got a chance to catch up with Shelley to talk about this weekend series.
Every conference game is a huge game. You know, any win we can get is a win, and we'll take it. Georgia Southern is extremely well coached. They have great pitching. Their 3 pitchers are back. They're dominating pitchers. Obviously, the pitcher of the year and Sarah Purvis, but they also have Brooke Red and Allie Miles. And you know, together, it is a great pitching staff. They have great bats, they have great defense, and being well coached and having experience in the championship, you know, puts them ahead of a lot of teams in our conference. But again, you play the game and you got to play day by day. And you know, that's the fun of our game, is that anything can happen when you step on the field.
We're really excited to play Southern this weekend. Obviously, we have a little revenge in store for them after conference last year, and we came off a couple good wins last weekend, so we're ready to carry it over and get a sweep this weekend. Well, they have 3 of their returning pitchers, actually, which will be tough for us, but we've beat them before and we'll beat them again.
Well, Georgia Southern is just like us in a lot of ways. The fact that we're both really competitive and have the drive to win. Also, they do have strong pitching staff, but our hitters adapted to their pitching staff well last year, and we're really coming together as a team offensively. So I think it'll be a good matchup.
Again, a 3-game series for the softball team out at Patriots Point this weekend against Georgia Southern. You can catch all 3 of those games streamed live right here on CFCSports.com. We'll wrap things up this week with a look at women's basketball and what a job Natasha Adair has done as a head coach in her first year here at the College of Charleston. Postseason play for the girls. They had a first-round matchup on Wednesday night in the WBI against Northern Kentucky, and they win it by a final of 72-70. Got a chance to catch up with the head coach right after the win.
Our team was ready to compete today. We talked about what they did to earn this opportunity to be in the postseason, and our seniors, they didn't want this to be their last game. I thought that it was a great atmosphere. I thought that it was a game of runs, but I really thought we raised our level of just competitive energy and competitive spirit the second half. And when it was time to win, we just made the right plays down the stretch to win the game. So again, it was a great team effort. Everyone played. You know, Catherine and Tish early on got some quick fouls, and you know, Courtney stepped up. Christy Hewitt stepped up. Shannon Hines came in and gave relief. Brittany Johnson. Again, it was a team effort. But that's who we've been all year. We've grinded out wins. And this time of year, they're going to be ugly wins. But I couldn't be prouder of these girls. And most importantly, I'm excited for our seniors that we get another opportunity for them to compete. And the theme of this, in honor of Coach V, is survive and advance.
Just talked about the turnaround that Natasha has done here in her first season as the head coach at the College of Charleston, and here are the numbers to prove it. Last year, the team just 7-23, up to 16 wins this season at 16-15. Scoring is up almost 15 points, 62.2 points per game. Field goal percentage is higher, 3-point shooting percentage higher. And the rebounds as well, up a +4, 45.2 rebounds per game. So a terrific turnaround again, now 16 and 15 on the year. That'll wrap things up. Now the women will take on the winner of Detroit and Belmont. Stay tuned to CFCsports.com. We'll have all the updates for you on that one. That'll wrap things up for this week's show, as we had a lot to get to. Thanks for tuning in. We'll talk to you again next week right here in Inside the Lines on CFCsports.com.